You doing okay out there, everybody? Hope you're doing okay. ADA charts. Certain altcoins, they don't look like they're doing okay. It's like almost 2 a.m. in the morning and got to do a live stream. Got to do a live stream. I was laying in bed watching charts and my wife Sarah was like, do a live stream. The middle of the night live streams like you used to do. And I was like, babe, that was in a bull market. It felt so much better getting out of bed to go do a live stream. But here we are. It's very important, I think, maybe more important than bull market runs when we're in a crypto winter, in the middle of a bull and bear. These huge dips, maybe more important to do a video. We're going to talk about the charts. I'm going to dig into Cardano, maybe some other altcoins. I want to start here with this though, because I just uploaded a video earlier tonight. Price has moved enough where I think it's worth doing another video right now. That's why I'm doing a live stream. But that video was kind of founded on this tweet that I tweeted earlier, which is capitulate means to surrender. People who own ADA and who fear it will never recover are slowly capitulating. And this is just my opinion, but if we could explain what's happening right now, that's what it would be happening. And this isn't the first time in crypto that this happens. This happens time and time again throughout these cycles. Price will fall until smart money buys the fear and oversold conditions. Do I think right now that's happening? I'm going to get to that in the charts, but I think eventually it will happen. It's impossible to know when capitulation is over. Only time will tell. I want to start real quick by kind of just venting to you all. I appreciate anybody that's in this. I don't know what time it is where you are in the world. If you're on the East Coast, especially like 2 in the morning, thanks for being here. But thanks for being here no matter where you are. Hit that like on the way in if you're in the live stream. Crypto investors around the world getting demolished right now. This is me venting, everybody. Down around 40% in days. Just a matter of days. Down around 40%. I mean, if you go to the ADA chart alone, this is a daily. And let's just take it from right here. It's like a few days ago. It's a 32% dip, right? Actually, I'm sorry. This is a 6-hour chart. So we go to June 5th, for instance. There's 40% right there. So I tweeted and I just said, really weird way to protect investors, because what is happening now is obviously triggered. And, you know, dips happen without headlines, but headlines often trigger events. What has triggered this is what Gary Gensler, the SEC, what they've done. How in the world, and this is just my frustration, it really is, how in the world is this protecting investors? What is this doing? What is this doing? Especially with a space that, for the most part, 95% not scam artists, people that are in good faith trying to build correctly, build right. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's so manipulative. It's so destructive. And it's obviously something that had to happen. And it's time for the crypto space to really fight and get clarity and move forward. And I think that's what's going to happen. I have a very good feeling about it. I'm optimistic about the entire situation. And I just wanted to point this out. This was Rick McCracken on Twitter. I wonder if people in Europe and Asia can sue Gary Gensler and the SEC for inaccurate claims about ADA being a security. He spooked ADA holders around the world and couldn't even answer this Ethereum question. And this is the Ethereum question. Whether it's a security or not, but
Without
check it out.
speaking to anyone.
I know you've repeatedly said you're not going to speak to one, except you've spoken to one, Bitcoin. So I'm asking you to speak to a second one, the second largest market cap here.
And speaking to the tokens, there's 10 to 12,000. If there's a group of entrepreneurs in the
I'm asking
middle,
about one.
Public
Never answers a question. It's crazy. So anyway, I said it's a great question. Why is no one suing him? And you can see Rick had a great tweet, and then we'll get into the charts, but I wanted to cover this. He said, I'm thinking of backing any solid Project Catalyst proposal that aims to sue the US SEC for paltry claims ADA is a security and debasing it. The proposal would have to have a reputable and known legal team on the proposal itself, not just some Mickey Mouse proposal by some random dude whose cousin knows a crypto lawyer solid legal team. What do you think? And I was just like, you know, I tweeted somewhere. I said, I think yes. I think it's a good idea. Like, it's just accountability, right? That's all. This is accountability for what's happening right now in these markets. It's crazy. What's been happening before even this week has been crazy. So I think that's a great idea. And it's kind of coming from a community-driven project, Cardano, as opposed to what they're maybe saying is kind of the leader of the project, IOHK or something like that. Coming from the community could be a very big, important message. All right, let's just go to ADA charts. Let's kind of look at what's going on. So first thing I want to do is start with a clip from earlier tonight, and not even actually a clip. I'm not even going to show a clip, but this was me earlier tonight, not long ago, and we were discussing this higher low Fibonacci that we've been discussing this area before even the SEC and all this stuff started happening. But this was just hours ago, 29 cents, and we go to a daily chart. Let's zoom in, and here we are. There's the red box. There's the higher low Fibonacci. And you can just see ADA. So in this video earlier tonight, I'm going to just sum it up for you. I'm not going to show you a clip, but what I was talking about was we want to see support, right? We want to see not even support, just a daily close above that area. So yesterday's close, it happened. And what we said was, well, if that doesn't happen, and we get tomorrow's candle start trading below it, we'd want to see tomorrow's candle, which is the candle that we're in right now. We'd want to see that close above this area, right? And just to give you reference in case you didn't see the video, it's the swing low from back here, the bear market low. Well, it's no longer the bear market low anyway, is it? But to swing high, and it was just this 786, right? At the 28 to 29 cent area. So, and then we're going to get into momentum after I discuss this, because this is something I've been watching, and it's very interesting now that it's broken. So what would be the most absolute epic thing, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, is if this daily candle actually did end up closing above the 786. If the daily candle it ended up closing above the 786, around above 29 cents essentially, that would be something else. That would be a whole nother video to discuss what is happening there. But that's a very big move for ADA from where it is right now. That would suggest from the swing low of this current candle to that area, that would be a 30% daily candle bounce from this break to the downside. Now, the other area of interest that we had, I think I mentioned it in the video, was simply the previous swing low that we had here, right? And this was the bear market low. Well, we've broken that territory. Right now, we're kind of seeing daily candle support at this general area around 24 cents. And it's funny because my neighbor, we were just out there earlier, he was talking about 24 cents. And here we are just hours later. And so that's kind of just from a very simple charting perspective. Obviously, it's the previous low. It's an area to watch for. But I just want to talk about in this video the thing that's kind of on my mind. And it really has a lot to do with momentum. And I think I've been alluding to this a lot lately. But ADA's falling. And let me just first say this, because I'm getting a lot of comments that are just, and I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but just negative, man. So negative. And it's people don't watch my content. This person's been spamming Shaquille Oatmeal, spamming my comments lately with ADA. But he said Dan's only incentive is to sell this project. He's a salesman. He'll never tell you to get out or sell. His priority is to get people to buy. I want to be very clear, if I'm not clear enough in every single video I do. You all need to do what you need to do. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here tracking my crypto journey because I feel like I'm on this crypto journey, Cardano being a very big part of it, and it's a similar one to you. And I'm just sitting behind a camera talking about it. But I really think, especially the silent majority that doesn't even comment on most of my videos, I think there's thousands, tens of thousands of you that are just, you're completely vibing with exactly where my head's at with this stuff. And so I don't care what anybody does out there. Buy, sell, do whatever's comfortable for you. I don't do these videos to hype anything up. In fact, that would be extremely narcissistic if I thought my videos that I do on Crypto Capital Venture could even influence Cardano price and ADA price. And if to think that I could even sit here and do something like that is ridiculous. So I just want to say that right off the bat. Now let's talk about charts. The ADA weekly chart is where all the perspective is found. I discussed it in a video earlier today. This candle is extremely ugly, right? But and it's actually starting to look a lot like the COVID candle. Look at the COVID candle back there. I mean, let's measure that real quick. From the height, from the top to the bottom, a 61% candle. So far on this current candle, we're at around 40%, right? So that candle looking very similar. But then we go back and we look at the last bear market low, leading into the bear market low. And this is where momentum will come into play. This is what's very much on my mind. You can see that candle. Let me just zoom in for you. That candle around 47%, this candle. So the purpose of me just showing that is just to get this right out there. Not to make anybody feel good, not to offer any hopium, but just simply what I look at and remind myself of. This is just what crypto does. I really don't know how else to put it. It's not me saying, no big deal. It's not a big deal. This is fine. This is fun. Let's enjoy this. I don't enjoy red candles, right? In the last bear market doing videos, I was doing videos back here too. Not necessarily on ADA, but when cryptos were falling in 2018, I was doing videos. I don't enjoy it as much as bull runs, but it just is what it is. It happens. There's a 47% candle in the last bear market, right? There's a 61% candle pretty much after the bear market was over, getting ready to go full bull. These things happen in crypto, right? And we're in one of those situations right now. Does it mean, in my opinion, that crypto's dead, that Cardano's dead? It really doesn't. To me, it really doesn't. For me, I'm kind of just like, well, how much lower is this going to go, right? And that's always the question. And I don't think I've ever called the exact price bottom, right? But now that we have more data on something like this ADA chart, this is what I really wanted to talk about in this video. It really is momentum. And if you go to the daily chart, look at this daily move, right? And then you go to a daily momentum oscillator, in particular, the RSI. And so I put this red line here because this red line basically is, let me, I guess, move it up a little. I want it to be right here. So there's the COVID swing low. You see how oversold Cardano became on the RSI. And this is just crazy to me. This historically is the lowest that Cardano ADA has ever been on the RSI. This is the most oversold it's been. And that's something else. This is like a historic moment in a very bearish way. But what will history, when we look back on this moment, what will it look like? I can't help but wonder. This is what COVID looked like. Look at that insane bounce out of oversold into overbought. Is that going to play out again? Not sitting here saying that's definitely going to happen, but that bounce out of COVID, look at that bounce out of COVID, right? Look at the bounce out of the bear market. This was like the other time where ADA was basically that oversold. Look at that bounce out of that bear market, right? So we're in that territory now, and it's extremely interesting to me to go over to where Cardano is right now, to look at the RSI even further down in oversold territory and just wonder what's going to happen here. So when we're discussing that, though, there's just some things I really do want to point out. There are other times where ADA has kind of hit oversold, right? And let me try and find a nice example. I don't want to use the COVID swing low. We actually can use the last bear market swing low to kind of illustrate my point. So check this out. We're talking about ADA basically being more oversold than it was in this last bear market back in 2018, right? And it got lower than this oversold line. But I want you to notice when that was happening on the ADA price chart, that wasn't the actual low of price, right? So what ADA needed to still do, and this is what I'm very curious of right now, and this is why I think ADA could go lower. Obviously, we always know ADA could go lower, crypto could go lower, but ADA price bottoming out there and then it kind of takes a break, and then we have a higher low on this daily RSI, but price went even lower, right? So this just a very nice example of bullish divergence with the RSI putting in a higher low, but price going lower. But it was that next move to the downside where that was the bottom. And so I really wonder, as we go over now to the current ADA charts, ADA even more oversold. I really wonder, are we going to see something similar? Meaning we get a cooling off, maybe it's right here, right? Maybe even the RSI just kind of comes back up while this is happening. And then price goes further, one more fall, and RSI comes down, but not as high. So we have, again, we'd have bullish divergence. I wonder about that. And that's something I think I'm just going to sit back and wait for at this point. I was talking to a buddy on Twitter, and just to be very, very transparent with you all as well, it's kind of like, you know, do you buy now? Do you wait to buy for that next low, right? Like 17 to 20 cents could be a very, I can't believe I'm saying that, but an area of interest right now, considering what we just discussed in regards to momentum. Do you wait? And it's kind of like, I think there's a little hesitancy for me, because I probably bought way too much through the bear market. Wasn't patient enough for maybe capitulation scenarios like this, right? So maybe I'm a little bit more hesitant because of that. And that's my fault. It's kind of like, did I not learn my lesson in the last bear market? Not just with ADA, but with every crypto. It's like it always goes lower than you kind of think it will, right? And this is what's happening right now. ADA right now actually putting in a new bear market low. And for the sake of macro charts and zoomed outs, this is what we're looking at right now. To me, and people think I'm crazy for this, I just think it's, you know, I think it's a good thing. I really do. This move in this bear market, we're at 24 cents. We're not tracking these, you know, 2 to 3 cents. That's where we were in 2018. ADA is making moves. And all while TVL, total value locked, ADA, Cardano is really making moves. So I'm excited still about the future of Cardano. Brazil is 37. It's 3 a.m. in the East Coast. Everybody, I'm really tired. You are not alone. Love it. That's what I'm talking about. We got somebody putting their BTC ADA order in for more ADA. We got some sound advice. Don't catch a falling knife, please. This is U.S. institutions dumping. I don't know if I'd say that. I think there's some massive manipulation going on right now. So I want to just, Craig Wayne, I want to 100% disagree with you. This is literally the best time. This is the best time to chart. This is exactly when to chart. This is exactly when to look at historical context of situations where we've been here before. When I can sit here and just say, because I understand how these markets move, and because I've done technical analysis in exact similar environments, in bear markets, when I can sit here and say what's happening right now with ADA is uncomfortable, it's annoying, but it's so common, that's something for me. And this is just how I see the charts, but that's meaningful for me in terms of just knowing my position in these markets. And you absolutely can do technical analysis in these extreme volatile conditions. And not only can you, I think it's good to do that. Interesting. If you look at like Algo, look at Algo, a hot pick of Gary Gensler, I think in 2018 or 19. It sounded like he was bullish on it, and now he's driven it to new lows. 10 cents. It's crazy to see that. It really is. It's 3 a.m. and you're talking about crypto. It's 3 a.m. and you're watching crypto. We will be okay. This is exactly how I feel. This is exactly how I feel. SEC said, let's protect the investor by crashing their investment. He should be held accountable and fired. It's exactly how I feel. It doesn't, like, I can't even comprehend. I can't comprehend half the things that happen, like, come out of the administration, and half the thing, more than half the things, most of the things that come out of the government. I just can't even comprehend it anymore. But it's so true. It's exactly what's happening. Andre bought the dip. Lucas, God bless you as well, bro. I love it. Stay positive after storm. There is sun on the horizon. Let's cope together. Y'all are cool. So, yeah, so Algo down. Matic, I was looking at Matic. It's kind of, putting in a higher low right now. But again, you look at these charts. You can even just zoom out on Matic and just look at this. We get like these moves, they just happen. It's happening right now. Does it mean it's the end? I do not think I do not think it's the end. One thing that's, interesting to watch as well is just Bitcoin through it all. I do a lot of Bitcoin technical analysis. Bitcoin is down right now in the daily, but look at this. It still hasn't even hit this symmetrical triangle target of 24,000. So the one thing I'm wondering, I'm going to watch, especially as it relates to Cardano, is just the fact that Bitcoin still hasn't hit a $24,000 target, and it's, not that far away, $1,500 away or so. If Bitcoin continues to fall, what does that look like for ADA? So an area of interest for me will be the ADA BTC pair, as it just looks incredibly terrible right now, but it's doing its thing. It's bottoming out, and this is what a bear market ADA BTC chart will look like. Everybody, welcome to an altcoin versus Bitcoin in a bear market. Even still, comparable to the 2019 low, ADA is putting in a higher low. So ADA could be kind of front running, and it does this a lot to the downside, also to the upside, just kind of front running markets. So will be interesting to see, even if Bitcoin continues to fall, if ADA actually starts leveling out against the ADA BTC pair, and if ADA actually starts leveling out on the daily chart. The other thing I wanted to mention was, because I know we've talked a lot about the daily momentum, I was watching the 6-hour RSI. Basically, same thing there too, everybody. Historical moment for the 6-hour RSI. This is the most oversold it's ever been. So it's almost like if there's an algorithm kind of automatically just buying off of just technical analysis, this would be an area of interest for sure. That's not a suggestion to buy. I've already talked about maybe needing to wait for some bullish divergence, meaning new price low and a higher low on the RSI. But crazy to see that, everybody. All my years tracking crypto, all my years tracking Cardano, it's a first. So it's something worth noting. This is almost what I picture. Yes, Americans, sell, give us your coins for cheap. I can't help but just remind myself and just think about this, like, especially being somebody that lives in US, you sometimes forget there's a whole world outside of US. Like all the shenanigans that are going on here, there's a whole world that they're actually moving in the opposite direction, embracing innovation, bringing into play, regulatory clarity and stuff. They're not trying to demolish crypto like our government is. And I sometimes forget that. But it's so true. Thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate that, Max. Yo, Dan, besides all this crypto craziness lately, you are an awesome person, man of faith, and I admire you for that. Thank you for the live, dude. Thank you. I'm humbled by your comment, dude. I'm with you, man. I'm just like you. And I appreciate that comment a lot. Oh, glory to God, man. I'm hanging out here 2 in the morning reading your comments, so please forgive me, especially if you're a replay viewer. Gary wants to protect stakeholders and their ESG investments. Yeah, there's so much going on behind the scenes, and I probably don't take enough time to speculate about what it is, but absolutely. I mean, there's so much. What's going on with crypto? It's crashing in Australia. It's crashing everywhere, my friend. Welcome, Australia. With Binance US suspending USD deposits, what is a good exchange to accumulate more ADA? I mean, Coinbase is still in play, right? If you're in US. KuCoin, Coinbase. I just love how there's people that are just like they're excited that price is just low, like they're going to buy the dip. And then there's people that are just genuinely not excited. It's always an interesting dynamic. And the really interesting dynamic for me as a content creator is like when I go on, and I'm posting stuff. I posted about this live stream earlier on Twitter, and just look, I get these comments all the time, everybody. Imagine just watching these markets and just like having somebody in your ear, or having like a ton of people in your ear just talking trash and like being negative when price is already down. That's like the last thing you want is like all this negativity. So there's nothing to talk. It's a game over. There's nothing to talk about. There's game over. It's just negativity. But there's so many. There's way more awesome people out there that are not negative. Like, this is a good time to accumulate. I love it. Pretty sure I never sat here and said the bottom was in. But there we go. There's a good example, everybody. Appreciate you being on the live. You know what's impressive? If XRP wins a case, the other crypto projects sue the SEC. What has been until this moment, what has been impressive was, I don't know if you all were watching XRP, but XRP just through this whole thing, this is a 6-hour chart. So this just happened, that 6-hour red candle. XRP was just hanging out, like getting ready to break a local high. Finally, it seems all of crypto has hit the red, right? For a second, it just felt like it was just ADA. But what a big deal, everybody. The Ripple case, even the Hinman emails on, the 13th, such a big deal for crypto. Do you realize we have almost 2,000 people in here, not even 25% likes. I'm a like shiller. I don't shill Cardano or Bitcoin or crypto, but I will shill the like button. Everybody hit the like button for me. I'm just trying to please those YouTube algorithms. It's a tough hustle out here as a YouTuber. I'm just reading through comments. This is an interesting opinion. This downfall is only getting started here. It's got a long way to go to hit bottom. Thanks, my friend. Rowdy says this channel has been wrong for a few years. I don't highlight the hate comments a lot. You all know me, but I got to fight the FUD. I got to fight the FUD a little bit sometimes. I just want to, just for good measure, real quick, They say I've been wrong for years. This is the foundation of the cycles we've been tracking since I charted this chart in 2018. Right here. I charted this there. We've been on pace. We've been patient through it. We've been unemotional through it. We've been pretty on track. Not saying I've been right about everything. Got to fight the FUD, everybody. Everybody, tell me what do you think we are? And so this is a good comment. This is to be the hopeless phase of the emotion cycle thing. The emotion cycle thing. What are you all feeling out there? Are you feeling hopeless, depressed, optimistic? What's up? I am curious. Because sometimes I find myself wondering how I'm feeling. But when I look at this Bitcoin chart, for instance, I can't help but feel bullish. I mean, if we were here, I would say I'm still bullish because I'm macro bullish. I'm macro minded. But I would also say, man, we still got a good amount of this bear market. But this Bitcoin chart, I think we have a good sense of where we are in this chart. There's the Bitcoin halving coming up not too far away. And listen, this is what I've been talking about in my Bitcoin videos, even as it applies to altcoins. The move that we've been in, very similar to this 2019 move, and that just leaves in play just so much downside for us. It really does. And so if we look at June 2019 for Bitcoin, we went into COVID, we put in a higher low, and then you go and you look at something like ADA on the daily. ADA didn't put in a higher low. Not saying we're going to have another COVID event. This could be kind of the new COVID event, this SEC stuff, but from the bear market low, ADA didn't put in a higher low like Bitcoin did. ADA actually fell to a new low. Not sitting here saying that's going to happen again. All in all, meaning we're going to fall back below COVID levels. But as you can see, what has happened is ADA has broken this previous bear market low. So it's kind of like a very similar vibe as the COVID. And I was just talking to a buddy on Twitter about that. Very similar vibe. So we got Steve-O is optimistic. He says, wait a bit and buy more. 10K confirmed, huh? 10K Bitcoin confirmed. Love that. Thanks for the super chat, Eric. Love that super chat, or love that late night live. Keep doing you, man. Can't please everyone. I'm feeling optimistic. Hitting bottom support, and RSI is crazy. It is crazy, man. It really is crazy. And especially, you all watch my, a lot of you watch my technical analysis, so you see me charting this stuff all the time. But to be sitting here charting all this, like just think about this. Almost daily videos just charting this entire journey. Really getting to know all these data points. Really even just getting to know every time it's been oversold. And to be at this moment, that's why I'm doing a live stream right now. I haven't been doing live streams a lot. Last time I was doing a 2 a.m. live stream was probably somewhere back here when ADA's breaking all-time high and stuff. The reason I'm doing this is because this is a really big moment, this RSI being like this on the daily chart. This is the most oversold it's ever been. Alex said we're all in denial. God is good regardless of the storm. Amen. Amen, Scotty. Yo, I'm here for you all. Bullish divergence. You know what I was just watching on the weekly chart on ADA was, if you go to the weekly, I was like, man, so close. Check this MACD. And again, I mean, again, 2019 vibes, everybody. But look, so close. This MACD trending up towards 0 on the histogram. And it's just like, boom, rejected. And that's okay. Because you know what this says to me? This says that's a bull market, right? That's what a bull market looks like on the MACD. This is what a bear market looks like on the MACD. We're reset. We're resetting. That's what that says to me. And again, I'm not trying to offer hopium, but tracking this macro journey, I think it's a pretty important macro data point. And while we were resetting, and this was the last bear market, this is what that last bear market, coming out of the bear market, I should say, looked like, right? Look at this move right here. Rejected right at 0 at the histogram. So rejected right at 0 at the histogram. It's such a similar move to 2019. It's crazy. Coming out of the bear market and trending down. Coming out of the bear market, capitulating down for a moment. Brian, thanks for the super chat. This is not a good time to accumulate. This is a good time to learn your lesson and focus on the one that can't be stopped. Brian. It's kind of a mystery super chat. I feel like there's some type of code in there. And again, I don't sit here and I'm not trying to be like everybody accumulate by the dip. That's not my purpose. I don't really have interest to encourage anybody to do that. But I will say this. As we sit here and we live through this dip, as we sit here and we kind of evaluate and watch the fear that's in the markets right now, I kind of agree with one piece of that last super chat I just read is learning a lesson. And the lesson is really extracted from data. And that's why I don't sit here and just blindly say, everybody, this is it. There's high fear, buy the dip. This is the last time, the cheapest prices ever. I don't like to do that because price could go lower, and I realize that, right? But what I do like to do is just look at data unemotionally, and so that at the end of the day, after the data is presented, I can lay down, and I can think about, well, what am I going to do? You know, like, how am I feeling with my portfolio? How am I doing? Do I need to make any moves? Am I going to accumulate? When am I going to accumulate? When am I going to buy some more comfortably, right? And then everybody else can do the same. Take the data and do the same, but it's unemotional data. And what the data is telling me is just from a cycle perspective, we're in the middle of the halvings. ADA is making a very similar move as the last bear market, or even at the end of the last bear market, a very similar move right now in between the two halvings. And this time it's not at 2 cents or so. It's at 24 cents right now. That's insane to me. Thanks for the super chat. Delicious Dane shakeout in progress. Hold on. It really is. It's a shakeout in progress. It really is. And it could go lower. We could bounce and then go back down. Smart money is buying. That's what I said here. Price will fall until smart money buys the fear in oversold conditions. Is smart money buying yet? That's a question. Jesus saves. David, amen. Best comment of the night. The most true comment of the night. It's a question. And there might be some people that missed this earlier, but if you go to that daily chart, this is what's on my mind right now, everybody. This is what I'm watching. This is what's on my mind. Obviously, will this hold? This bear market low so far, we're at that same area. Will it hold? That's obviously the question. But my big question on this RSI, first off, is when is it going to bounce, right? But when it does get any type of pivot bounce to the upside, do we get some type of bullish divergence with price? And this is just something we have to wait to see. So meaning price actually goes lower, higher low on the RSI. That's what I'll be watching. That's the biggest thing, not to repeat myself. So anyway, everybody, it's 2:30 in the morning. It's time for me to bounce. I wanted to do a live stream because I'm here with y'all. I really am. I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm in it with you guys. I'm wondering what's going to happen next with you guys. I'm trying to analyze the data unemotionally and just honestly remind myself, I've personally been here before, and prices are higher this time. At the end of this cycle, because I think it's towards the end of the bear cycle, towards the end of the winter, I think the last 2 quarters of this year going into next year are going to be good. This is a Bitcoin chart. These are the halvings. We're getting very close to the next halving. I think, even if there's going to be more pain ahead going into this next halving and post halving, I think it's going to be fun. And I'm getting excited for that. So all I know is, everybody, life is good. I don't like red candles either. But we're going to track it. We'll track and see how things work out. For ADA, I guess in the immediate short term, price-wise, I'm just going to be watching the actual level that it's at right now. It's 24 to 25 cents. The previous bear market low, ADA's testing it right now. So it will be interesting to see if we get any buyers stepping into play. And then, who knows what we wake up tomorrow, but I'll probably do a Bitcoin and Cardano update tomorrow. And there's some other crypto news I want to cover. So everybody, please be sure to put the notifications on. If you're here and you're not a subscriber, smash the subscribe right now. Really. Jylar says, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that, man. For he must reign until he has put all his enemies under his feet. The last enemy to be destroyed is death. Christ is king. Amen to that, my friend. And we'll end with that. I appreciate all of you. I really do. I hope you hang in there. Enjoy life. See you in the next video. God bless.